Hi everybody, this video is just to help if you have some leggy plants, succulents. Some of these are out of control. As you can see, I mean, I've just neglected this one for a long time. The reason why this one looks so weird is because it was so beautiful. It had big succulent leaves, and I have cats, yeah. And unfortunately, when they walk by or they get spooked, they will break my plants, especially, like, I can't believe these are hanging on, you know? I can't believe she hasn't ruined these yet, but she ruined this one. Yeah, so that happens. I have to share my gardening patio with my cats, unfortunately. So I'm thrifty. I don't like to throw anything out, so I just thought, oh, let's see what happens to it. And it did start to form a tighter, here, let me show you, rosette. So I know it can grow out of it. It's just going to take a long time. And I left these leaves on just for support, you know, like to hold the water and whatnot. Okay, so leggy, as you can see. Where's that guy going? He's trying to escape. And then on this one is just crazy. I gotta show this to you. I don't know what kind of succulent this is. It is so heavy. I had to put a rock, because you see how it's kind of like going off to the side now, that it was trying to leap out. Like, I don't know if you can see here. It's trying to depot itself, basically, because it's so heavy. So I had to put this rock here, but it's just not working anymore, guys. I have to do something. So the cool thing is it's growing all these babies on the bottom. You see that? So that's awesome. So what I'm gonna do is this planter, I did it a long time ago. It was really pretty, you know, and obviously some of them have died, some start to grow on all different angles, like this one. So it has a nice tight rosette now because I put it closer to the sunlight. So that's what happens, just if you guys need that tip, if you don't know. If you do give it a little more sunlight, and I have filtered sunlight. I have a patio that's filtered, you know, the screen patio, so it's not getting direct. And it's just, my succulents love that because it's not too much, but it gives it a little color. There's like some pink, you know. This is a good example. This was so leggy. I wish I would have done a video on that. It was just leaping out that I snipped it, and look at that. It's already, that's where the cut was, right there in the center. And it's growing, look at that. 3 different little branches are gonna come out, you know, and that looks nice. So yeah, so that's kind of the goal. Here's another one that I did like a month or 2 ago. Okay, just so you can see how, I know you're scared of cutting. I was, at least. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're braver than me. But it pays off, because look at this. This is a climbing aloe. This was the main stock. There was only one, okay? That's where I cut it. It was like this tall. It was just getting out of control. So I cut it and I gave it to somebody as a new plant. And then look, I get rewarded. Baby. And then look at this, guys. 2. Insane. And then this one. This was my pride and joy for a long time. I think it's a oh God, I'm so not good with names. I just love the colors, but I should learn their names, you know, the different varieties. Okay, anyways, I'm not gonna waste your time. It was one, and it had leaves all along it, and this beautiful rosette, beautiful colors, because I always had it in direct sunlight. But it was getting so long, like, this is me cutting it. So you guys, it was down to the floor further. It was crazy. So I saw tiny little babies on the base of the stem. So I'm like, that's good. So I just cut like a good, I want to say like that long to make a whole new plant. And then as you can see, there's a little baby right there close to the cut. And then look at the babies. They're their own plants now. Like, that's as big. These 2 are as big as the one I cut. So it's really not, it's good. It's good to cut them. they're healthier for it. I really should cut this one more because it looks kind of funny now. I kept it because it's good to keep leaves. Like, you never want to cut, let's say this was bare and you cut the rosette off and there were no leaves and there were no babies. That's not good. It's not going to survive. I've done that before because it does need some leaves to store the water. If there's none and it's mostly a bare stick, whatever you want to call this, I am not fancy, y'all. I do not have the right terminology. Sometimes I'm going to say very like basic words and I apologize if you know the right terminology. But so if it's a bare stick, like it doesn't have enough leaves to store water, then it's going to get overwatered and like it can't contain itself. I've killed those. So you have to have leaves on it when you do cut them. Make sure they have either some leaves or you see some babies growing at the bottom, something, not bare. I know some people have been lucky with that and they've been able to do it bare, but I haven't. I live in humid Florida, so it's just not going to work for me. Okay, so this is a little longer than I wanted, so I'm going to just get right to the point and I'm just going to cut. So let me get a good angle so that you guys see what I'm doing. I'm going to back this up. There, I'm hoping that this will get rid of some of the heaviness and this doesn't lean so much, you know, to give it a nice trim. I'm even wondering if I should cut even lower. It's good to leave some of these leaves. So let me see, maybe I'll even cut this low. And then all these babies hopefully are going to sprout and become bigger plants, you know? So, let's see. This is where I become indecisive. I'm sure everybody else is better at this than I am. They're just braver. I think I'm gonna cut it right there. Ta-da. So sad, but it's not. So look at that, isn't that pretty? That's its own little plant now, but some people put them right in the soil. I do not. Again, I live in humid Florida. Maybe if you were in dry California, that would work for you. But I'm gonna have to get rid of the bottom leaf for sure. I don't think that will propagate because it has to be perfect, you know, but I mean, maybe we'll try. I'll just put it to the side. So usually I will take off a couple of the bottom leaves so that there's enough room for roots and for enough room for you to pot it, you know what I mean? Because you don't want the leaves just sitting in the soil. They're gonna rot away anyway. So I might leave that one on there, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I will, just for now. So this is gonna be put to the side. I'm gonna let it dry out for, I don't know, like a week or two. And then sometimes it'll start rooting. But if it doesn't, that's okay, but you just want that nice dry nub before you pot it, okay? So this is gonna go off to the side. I thought it was trying to get out, but it's really rooted in there. I'm gonna just leave it like that. And it looks funny right now, but I'm just gonna let it do its thing and let it grow its babies for now. Okay, so that took a little longer than expected. Let's just move on to some of these over here. So this one's pretty simple. I got this last October. It's supposed to look like a pumpkin, you know? It's October 2023. I got it in 2022. And this, I think this is a type of calancho. It's so pretty. It's kind of overtaken it. It's the mama, you know? When you get these arrangements, they're so pretty when you first get them. And this one's lasted and it's still pretty. Like from this angle, you see some more different kinds. It's not too bad actually, but this is too leggy. I'm just gonna cut this one, and then eventually I need to cut these guys too, I think, like just trim them and make new plants. But they're just so pretty, I don't want to. That's my problem. See, I even have a problem with it. But it's better to cut. It's better to like give them trims, because then it's more compact looking. I should do it. I'm telling you guys to be brave. I should be brave, so I'm gonna be brave. Okay, so let me back this up. Okay. So first of all, with this one, see there are other parts to it that are growing. So if you cut it, essentially these will start to grow longer, hopefully, and fill in, you know, and maybe they will fill in some more. So I don't want to completely chop it all the way to the nub, but I'm going to do pretty close. Let me take my little shears. And I think I might leave a couple leaves on the bottom. So I'll just cut it right there. Okay. And then I've never tried to propagate these or repot these, but you know, you got to take off the bottom leaves so that you have room. And these don't pop off easily, so I don't know if they could propagate, you know. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that dry out. I always replant everything. Nothing goes to waste here. Okay, so that already looks a little better, right? Totally. So now I'm just gonna give it a little crop top. So this one I think I'm gonna leave alone, but this one's a little taller. See? It's just it's gonna start flopping. So let's cut. And I really hope this works because I've never cut this kind before. And you always want to make sure that it's been well watered beforehand, because yeah, these leaves are nice and plump. So because you know you're going to let it sit and dry out, the top one, for a while, so that you know you can root it. Right there. Look at some. Oh shoot! See, didn't get it all the way. There we go. All right. So this is going to be a new plant. And these are so pretty. I just love the pinks and everything. And again, when you're going to pot it, you need to have these bottom leaves taken off. And you know, you could try to take your time and propagate. I don't know if these propagate, but you could always try. I mean, just set them to the side if you want to. Okay, wow, this is like top heavy. It wants to kind of, because these are so plump and big. That's what he said. So, and then, I mean, I could even take these two bottoms off so that I can really like stick it in the ground. I think that actually might be a good idea. I'm gonna take these off. Okay, so that's nice. And then once it's dried, after about a week or two, I will stick it into a pot. If there's no roots yet, and I stick it into the pot in a week or two, I still don't water it. That's just what I do. Again, I'm in humid Florida. It rains every day. Lately, it's been raining every day. Okay, so. All right, putting it off to the side. So this one's cute now, right? It's more compact. I like it. Good job. Okay, next, last one. All right, on to the leggy one. Look, so the thing with this is insane. I don't even know what to do with this. If you had like one of those hanging pots and you want something that's more hangy, this would be good. You could really chop it and dry it out and then try to hang it and let it go wild. This one we're not doing anything about because it's been damaged. This one's trying to get the heck out of Dodge. So I'm just gonna trim it like maybe like there. Yep, okay. So there's the new plant. Again, you're gonna take off the bottom leaves, do your thing. This one, this is very pretty in the sun. It hasn't gotten, you know, as much sun, so the color is not what it could be. This is just, some of my plants get neglected because I have too many and I work and I have a life. Busy life. So this one, there's no leaves on the bottom, so you don't want to just cut right here again, remember, because you don't want to leave it with no leaves. Unfortunately, I wish I could cut it like right here, because I don't want it hanging out of the pot, but then it might not survive. And look, we had one that fell off just now, and so we could try to propagate that. So I'm gonna leave it some. You see how it curves up here? So that's where I'm gonna cut it so that it's a good plant, you know, a new plant. All these aerial roots, I wanna show you this, look. I don't know if you can see them all. You see those little roots? Great, yeah, all these, they look like whiskers. See them? It's because it's leapt out of the pot, and it's like trying to figure out what to do, kind of. Maybe I don't water it enough, although the leaves are nice and plump. I think it also, when it sprouts aerial roots like that, I think it is to anchor it because it's leapt out of the pot so much, you know, like counterbalance kind of thing. Let me make sure these are plump. Yes, they are. Right there. Finally. Okay. So it looks really sad now. But I'm hoping maybe little babies will start to sprout on the stem. So this is the plant. So obviously you could try to bury all this and just take these bottom leaves off. Or you can cut further to make it easier and just have it more straight. It's kind of up to you. I've noticed when I've tried to bury them with a curved bottom like that, sometimes that will rot, or just like you don't need all that excess deadness, you know, because it's gonna, anyways, okay. I'm gonna show you, there actually are babies on this one. Just a couple, they're super tiny, 1 and 2 on the bottom there. As you can see, I've cut it once before right there, and this just kind of went nuts. So I'm really wondering what I should do about this one. Maybe just hoping for the best and cutting right here and hoping those 2 tiny babies do something. Or I could cut here and leave some of these leaves on. These are not as plump, unfortunately, as the others. For some reason, this one's not getting as much. They're kind of wrinkly, which is not the best ideal time to cut, you know, a leggy plant. You want it to be more hydrated. So that's the only thing. They're not horrible, but they're wrinkly. You can see them kind of, yeah. So this is not the ideal time to cut them, but because I have way too much going on and I won't remember to do this later, I am just gonna cut it. There, I didn't really think hard about it. So this thing is nuts. I don't really know what to do with that. I mean, look at it, it's like the letter U. Isn't that funny? Probably the smartest thing to do would just be to cut here and make a plant, but it's kind of tiny. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I'm going to put it off to the side. So this is, you know, I mean, it was funny looking before. It's still funny looking because it's kind of bare, you know. But we'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be an update, you know. So in conclusion, we're hoping for a result like this, because that looks great, man. Look at all my babies, all my new plants right here. Okay, so this could be new plants. That's what I love about succulents, is you can make new plants. When you buy one plant, you get like 5 out of it, you know. It might take some time, but it's okay. You've got time. All right. So this one probably looks the best. This is how it should look, right? Nice and plump, compact, I mean. You know, like this one's still kind of all over the place, but what would make it look better is if I planted a couple plants in between where the old ones have died, and, you know, to fill in the spaces. Yeah. And I wish I would have done a better job about this one because it is still heavy. So these leaves are super plump. I might actually, I wonder if I took a couple off if it would help. But to be honest, I'm not sure. It's been leaning for so long. The big heavy leaves are at the top, not at the bottom. And that's why, look at that. So I almost wonder if I just need to take most of them off. Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna be brave because that's the point of this video. Can you zoom out? I'm gonna try to be gentle with the wiggle. Oh man, yeah, I don't know if these can propagate. I got it close to the base, but whatever, we'll see. And then maybe I'll take this one because to give those room to grow, these babies here. Oh my God, that one's pretty good. I got it kind of flush. I don't know if those propagate. Like I said, they're so heavy. Okay, so I removed a lot. There's only 3 big mom leaves left. And I think what I'll do is I'm gonna prop it up for now. There. See, that's how it should be, nice and straight. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it like that, let them grow a little more, and then if these are becoming their own plants, it should fill in, and it won't be so top heavy, if that makes sense. So I'm not gonna be too brash. I was thinking I'll de-leaf the entire thing, but I don't know. I think it helps it because these are still so small and it's a lot of thick stem, so I don't want it overwatered because these are holding a lot of water for it right now. Okay, so that's it. Not so bad. Not so bad, not so bad. Happy planting!